How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to be featuring the Gdansk, the legendary tier pan-European destroyer. In this batch, we decided to use a funny build. We have defensive AA instead of the engine boost, which honestly I don't think is the end of the world, all things considered. The ship is already fast and the engine boost does only do 5%. So I mean, it's not like you're losing out on a significant amount of speed. This ship already does more than 40 knots, which I think is already more than good enough. And then on top of that, we decided to use Leviathan instead of Unstoppable. So now we have 30,440 HP instead of what is it normally at 28,000, just to be funny, kind of. And well, fortunately for us running DFAA, we actually have a carrier match. And I mean, DFAA on AA that's only 4 kilometers is not the greatest, just simply because with the rework to carriers, planes just fly faster, and more often than not, they just zoom in and out of AA, especially because it needs to reload before firing, which is kind of weird if we're being honest here. We're pushing into C. We are using Swirsky, and that's how we have Leviathan. So we do have Fox Flare, which is, I mean, obviously the busted skill, but at the same time, I feel like it's justified because there is a carrier. Can't tell me otherwise when there's a CV. We need all the busted we can get if there is a busted on the other team. Uh, but enemy Thunder pushing in. I'm assuming he's going to try and duck from the ships at D and try to basically park in the gap, especially because he's starting to get shot at from the left side. And I mean, it just makes more sense if he just tries to survive. Enemy ships charging into A can't really stay here too long, but we do kind of want to see if we can farm the Thunder as much as we can, just simply because, I mean, we can pen him with our main guns, and he did do exactly what we thought he was going to do, and turn into that gap. Torps look good, super narrows, helps us land on a bow in ship, and luckily for us, because their team at A just basically sailed to the outside, and then everything that spawned in the middle is sailing away from the carrier, we actually have a pretty good opportunity to just charge straight at the enemy Hakuryu. This is also after the defensive AA rework, so instead of having a 40-second DFAA, it only lasts 25 seconds, huge nerf to just get one consumable, which, I'm gonna be honest, is more of a nerf than a buff, which kind of does suck. Enemy Hakuryu, though, does have hands and he does start moving, and I mean, our DFAA is already over. I feel like we still would have had some time with the previous DFAA, it just would have been much better. Unfortunately, we don't have Torps yet. Would have been nice to have Torps as he's trying to turn away now. But we do need to try our best to dodge torpedoes because they are Hakuryu Torps and they do still hurt, even though it was nerfed. I mean, instead of doing 40k alpha from 4 Torps, I mean, I think you're doing, what, 32-ish k? And we don't want to eat any Torps because obviously we don't have Torp protection, and it's just a bad time. Enemy Hakuryu, though, is just going to try to run away as best as he can, but there's not much he can do. Kind of wish we had AP. PC Gdansk and the line is actually getting AP, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, would be interesting if this thing had French AP. Can you imagine citadeling a bunch of Brisbanes with having a 30-second radar? Can you imagine? And a smoke. Just all the things you could citadel. Hakuryu turning away, trying to run for his life. His secondaries is shooting, but secondaries in this game, kind of a joke. Hakuryu is just gonna get cooked. He's on fire, he's also flooding. I mean, he's trying to run away, but the thing is, these shells are gonna get to wherever he's running first. So there is no hope for this Hakuryu, and luckily, we get to do exactly what we want to do. We like making CVs suffer, and we are, in fact, able to kill off the Hakuryu, and we still don't even have our DFAA back. So we lost a lot of time on our DFAA, and not enough cooldown to come back. So yeah, that's currently where we're at with, well, not only AA, but the rework to the consumables to make it more useful, considering we haven't even used it, and CV's already dead. I mean, we'll get it back now, but this is his, like, last squadron, so not really, I mean, all that interesting. And as soon as he drops, I mean, aside from the squad that dropped, his other squad just flies out of our AA already. And that does kind of suck. Michelangelo did try to come back and help his CV, but a little too late. CV's already dead, and all we have to do now is just sail away from the Michelangelo. There's basically no hope for this Michelangelo to catch us as well, and we still have basically 30k HP. Gdansk, even losing 10% speed, we're still faster than these torps, so honestly in a pretty good spot here. Now we're just going to keep sailing away. Enemy team is basically cooked. We still have a CV, enemies don't have a CV. All the enemies on the other side are basically not pushing. I mean, most of them are seeming like they're just sitting on the island. Preußen gets absolutely nuked. I probably should have launched the other set of torps as well. I don't know why I didn't. Probably holding it for Michelangelo, but at the same time, since I'm just simply running away, not very useful. We're catching up to this Lauria, and fortunately for us, there's an island here to protect us from the Michelangelo. Only thing I'm going to need to worry about is torpedoes if I decide to start gunboating this Lauria, which I did decide to do. And I mean, Michelangelo's still closer, so until it starts, the Perceptive starts pointing at something in front of me, I think I'll be a-okay. Our torps reach the Preußen, and we do finish him off with one torpedo. We definitely earned that. Lauria just trying to run away for his life. We do have 3 kills, and we're trying to go for our Kraken because, I mean, why not use busted ship with funny build, especially after killing a carrier, to just go and get our Kraken. Lauria decides to finally start charging in, even though his whole team is basically dead already. I think it would have been a little more useful if he pushed in much sooner. Michelangelo pushing in towards our whole team at B as well. I mean, at this point, they're just trying to do whatever they can, because if they don't, it's going to just steamroll, snowball into a worse loss. Trying to catch up to the Lauria. Lauria is fairly quick, and Gdansk doesn't quite have the same torp range that Holland has, unfortunately. So we do have to get a lot closer to Lauria when he's sailing away from us. And then on top of that, Lauria, I'm not sure why, but he's just kind of sailing broadside to our whole team. All of our battleships would be kind of interesting if he just simply angled in. But yeah, especially because we started shooting at him. We can see him starting to turn his turrets. But yeah, I don't know. He could have turned his entire ship and his turrets, and he would have at least gotten off like one salvo. But he decides to keep sailing flat broadside to our whole team. And we did get a bunch of fires, which would have helped us get another kill, but unfortunately, Lauria sailing broadside just ends up dying. Perceptive putting in front of us. Objective getting flipped. Obviously, we still need 2 more, so a Kraken is still possible. Whatever DD is in the objective smoked up. But we're also trying to capture this objective. We want our Kraken, we want our XP, we want all the things. We want to use this busted ship and get a busted score. I feel like we're going to get it nerfed at some point. But what sucks is it's probably going to be the ship itself and not the skill. Because the skill affects more than just one ship. And that's generally how things work. They'll nerf a ship before they nerf a commander skill, because the commander skill affects many more ships than just one. We get close to the gearing, we pop our radar, and we kind of just sit here. I was kind of hoping he would stay in his smoke. I pop my smoke just to keep my radar going and keep him spotted. Gearing does start opening up, but luckily he was a little slow on the draw there, and well, fortunately we don't get reset. Gdansk dispersion, not the greatest. If it was better, I feel like DDs would definitely stand 0 chance. But Gearing is dead. I have no clue where the Shema is. Actually, we do have a clue because Perceptive is pointing there. And our the enemy Shema is shooting. He was spotted, but he's also spotted by a carrier now. So we're just going to do our best to try and close the distance. There's not a whole lot of time left, just because we are getting close to 1,000 points. Shema does get spotted. He is starting to shoot. Although he goes and spotted because I guess whatever he shot it went behind the island and his main battery range was a little too far for us to spot, or rather too short. Shima starts opening up. He slams on the brakes, not really sure why. We still have like 30k HP. I probably shouldn't have gone in the smoke and kept him spotted. And well, unfortunately, someone else's shell from way in the back does finish off the Shima, and we're unable to get our Kraken, unfortunately. But at least we got the CV. That's the main thing, I think. Getting the CV and sending him back to port. That's the best feeling you could possibly have in this game, as we do basically 3,800 XP, nearly a Kraken. Kind of short, a lot of plain XP. We did get a clear sky, which is kind of funny, but I think it was mostly fighters that he was dropping on top of us, and our short duration DFAA, as we had like a bunch of planes with his last squad, and I'm pretty sure it was because of fighters. But yeah, interesting build. Probably gonna go back to engine boost. Just there's not enough CVs at legendary tier, which is a good thing. I'd rather there not be CVs, but the FAA doesn't really do anything, and AA range in this game is short. A little too short for how fast the planes are now, and for the fact that your A still reloads, and then also not having any sort of flak. Granted, I don't think Gdansk has any flak, it's all mid and short range, but yeah, kind of weird. Actually, it's not even 10% speed, it's 3% speed, so even less than I mentioned earlier. So technically, if you had an engine boost, you'd still be going faster than the debuff from Leviathan, giving you 30k HP. Oh lord, we're unlocking new technology to make Gdansk more busted. Kind of funny though. 30-second radar, 30k HP. Destroyers basically have no chance. Even some cruisers have no chance. But anyway, that's pretty much it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed that CV slapping. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more and share with your friends, or leave a comment down below for other ships you want to see in the future. But anyway guys, till next time, aloha.